Day. This is Books Nelson with the Amey Bro Show, and I wanted to do this video for a while. They have released some monster Amethyst cards right now, and I wanted to just do a little catch up on which Amethyst cards are at the very top right now. What's the best Amethyst card lineup you can possibly put together? So let's get into it. At the point guard position, this is, in my opinion, still the weakest position overall because we have two candidates for this position right here. And that would be, let's go to Amethyst. That would be Terrence Davis and Reggie Jackson. And they both have some serious compromises. So Terrence Davis has no playmaking badges whatsoever in terms of diamond or floor general, if I recall correctly. Right? He does have that gold clamps, which is looking slick. And Reggie Jackson doesn't have any he doesn't have Hall of Fame quick first step, so he is a little slow creating off the dribble. Other than those two things, both of these guys are generally excellent. They both have decent size at 6'3" and 6'4" respectively. Let me see, what's Davis's speed? Davis's speed is at 89. What's Jackson's speed? So Jackson's speed, it's gonna keep in mind, it's like he has good speed, but without the quick first step, his ability to use that speed can be limited. In the full court, he'll be all right, but again, that pick and roll attack might not be his forte depending on your style of play because he's not going to explode. But these are your two guys. I think both of these are better options than Kobe White in terms of they both have range extender, and Kobe White doesn't have range extender and can't play defense and doesn't have the playmaking badges. So even though I personally am a huge fan of Kobe White's animation package, I can't in good faith put him in this lineup. Wally Warriors, what up, what up? At the two guard, this is the easiest pick in the world. It is Lance Stephenson. Lance Stephenson is absolutely fantastic. He's just as good as it gets. I mean, he's basically a diamond. He's better than many of the pink diamonds in the game. I don't really have to sing his praises. If you want to see all of the details about why Lance is so great, feel free to check out my video on the subject. But Lance is basically perfect, and you can run Lance in a high-level team. He's not a compromise in any way. These two players, I think Davis you can get away with in a high-level team at the 2, but not at the 1. At the 1, I just don't think he quite has the speed and everything to like run at the 1. Those guards are a little too fast for him at the 1. At the 2, he might be able to get away with it depending on what you come up against. But Lance is the real deal. Lance might put it on you. If no matter what card you're running, you got to deal with Lance. All right, at the small forward position. So this one has a few candidates that we could go for, but my number one is still at this point. Where is he? He should be a Ruby, and he's going to be a 2 guard. Okay. Now, I know this is the Amethyst video. He's not. This is my other Landry Fields Evo. I'm Evoing and selling off Landry Fields. This one's not all the way up yet. He's getting there. He's getting there. But yeah, Landry Fields basically has everything. He's got 86 ball control. He's got clamps. He's got range extender. He's got a gorgeous shot release. This is my number 1 at this position. My number 2 is probably a guy who you could also put at the 4 spot, and that would be my man right here. Where is he at? Come here. Yeah, in fact, I will say he's my number 2. It's Keith Van Horn. I love this card. Love this card. Put a ball handling shoe on him, and he will be able to speed boost. He might have to get a little warm. But once he can speed boost, he's basically Hito Turkoglu. They've evolved Hito Turkoglu. He's an excellent shot release, just generally decent across the board. 6'10" with that range extender, really high three-point shot. This guy is just fantastic, and he gets all the defensive stuff with his Evo. Okay, at the 4 spot, I'm probably going to go with my man right here, Marcus Morris. This card is still just a beast. He's so good in so many ways. Not only does he have Hall of Fame, let's just double check that. No, I'm sorry. He has gold range. Look at this. He has gold clamps. He has a whole bunch of great shooting badges. He's got Pick Dodger. D Wade doesn't even have Pick Dodger. He has Moving Truck, Back Down Punisher. I mean, this guy is such a monster. And Quick Draw and Range Extender. For some reason, he has Slippery Off Ball. This card is insane. This is another card you can actually run in a good lineup, and you won't feel like you're, making do. I mean, really, he just lowers your overall. I think this card can hang with a lot of the cards in the game. Now, the other card I would put in this place, if we were just talking about good cards that are like low, it would definitely be Jeff Green. Even though he's a ruby, he's really a pink diamond. That card is ridiculous. Yo, Orlando Till, what's up? What's up? And I think at center, I won't say there's only one choice. There's only one choice for me, and that's this Shaq right here. So before we even get into this Shaq, let's just say with this lineup, everybody has clamps and range extender for your Amethyst squad, right? And your front three also have an 86 ball control. So that, I think it's really phenomenal. What up, crazy girl? Yeah. We knocking this out in the morning before I get to my work day. So this squad right here is super legit, and I don't even think that this is, aside from the point guard position, either having to go without, playmaking badges or having to go without quick first step of any kind. He doesn't even have it gold. Aside from that, there's not really a lot of compromises in this lineup. This lineup is just flat out decent. Like, you can actually just play this team and kind of hold your own no matter what. And for the most part, these are all really, really affordable cards as well. I think this whole lineup might cost you, what, 15K? So if you're just starting the game, you can literally, grab all of these cards after like an hour or so of, triple threat or domination or something like that. Like, you throw a couple of hours into that, get a little lucky with the vault, get your 15K, and boom, you can come get this entire lineup and be good to go. And quite frankly, if you were really just starting the game, the other thing you'd want to do is go and grab that Jeremy Lin from the spotlights, and you've got a pretty deep lineup. Now, there are some other cards that I feel should get some honorable mentions here. So I already talked about the Kobe White, who I do think I like the card a lot. He's just got some struggles there. So at the center position, a lot of people like this Bargnani. I personally don't, but I do think he's a solid card. He has a really good shot. He doesn't mesh well with me, but I think he's pretty good. I actually think this Joel Embiid is not super horrible for a Series 2 card. I think you can throw this card into your Amey collection. He should be relatively cheap on the market. This Sabonis is another one, pretty solid. Just solid all-around card. You can definitely run him. Honestly, the second best center behind Shaq is probably Miles Turner, but I do think he's just kind of generally outdated. So that's why with the center position, I think Shaq is like legitimately playable, whereas the other centers are like you're kind of giving up something. The other one I'd throw in there is actually Tyson Chandler. Tyson Chandler defends the pick and roll at a very high level, super athletic. Obviously, he can't really shoot it all, but if you play non-shooting centers, I do think Tyson Chandler is a little underrated for that. This Kevin Martin's also solid. Even before the Evo, he's not terrible. He's got things going for him, but he doesn't have range extender. So I tried to stay away from cards that didn't have range extender at all, because at that point I do feel like you're playing a low budget squad. Another honorable mention is this John Starks card, who has basically everything. He also doesn't have quick first step, but he's not really running the point like that, so he's another one you could throw in there. And a lot of people also like that D Brown, who I'm not a huge fan of D Brown because I absolutely hate his animations, but he's in there as well. And then another one is this Rick Smits, who could have definitely, I also probably could put him in the squad as well. He's another one who could make it. But that pretty much wraps it up. I think these are the top Amethyst cards you can run right now in general. Like, I stand by this starting 5 above basically everybody else. But let me know what you guys think about it. I'd love to see your input, what Amey cards you guys are loving and running right now. I think that feels amazing, and it is a fantastic card all around. Except maybe this Keith Van Horn, who is a little more of a role player. Again, you throw a ball handling shoe on him and he can get a little more creative, but for the most part, you're dealing with that. And actually, another one I throw in here is that the Amethyst version of Kenyon Martin is not a terrible card either. But again, compromise. These cards, no compromise. Excellent cards that should definitely be in your collection. You look at that rating right there, that 92 overall rating. If you were to throw a bunch of bronze cards to fill out this lineup, look at how low this overall is going to get. Now, I would throw one more Amey in here to fill out the rotation, but look at this. This is an 80. Like I would throw one more in here. So let's throw one more Amethyst in here. Doesn't matter who it is, just to see the numbers go up. See what your final rating would be. Let's throw in Kevin Martin. Get another wing in there. Okay, so you could run this lineup, run your rotations, and it's only an 88 overall, which is really not that bad. You know, really not that bad at all. If you run a short rotation and go with an 86 overall, honestly, I think that's borderline overall cheesing, to be truthful. Because if you were to run, because even with this right here, let me go back to that. You've got an 8-man rotation, which is doable. It's doable. And these cards are versatile. They play multiple positions over here. So you can rotate according to fatigue, use your timeouts, and you're going at an 87 overall, it says right here. But man, that's like if somebody else is coming in with, even if they're running a pink diamond and a bunch of bronzes and stuff like that, you're talking about everybody has clamps and range extender. You might be doing, and you got this Shaq, which is nearly as good as the pink diamond version of Shaq. I like it. I like it. So I'm really looking forward to a really good Amethyst point guard to fill this all out, and maybe one more great Amethyst power forward. Even though I do like Van Horn and Marcus Morris, I feel like one more fantastic Amethyst power forward would really round out the Amethyst. But quite frankly, if I was going to run this team, if I was actually going to go online, I would 100%, without hesitation, run my man Jeff Green. I think he's probably the best or second best card in this lineup. He's so strong with his just general demigodery that you could throw him in here and really, you know, you throw Jeff Green in there and now your lineup is bigger. They're fast, they can shoot, and you can really revolve around Jeff Green and get the job done. Or maybe throw in Bargnani to have some shooting, give him more space. But yeah, the Amethyst squads are looking really good. The budget cards are looking really good. I think this is a really good time to get into the game and run these lower overall squads. And so you're not just playing against LeBron James and Magic Johnson and Pink Diamond Giannis all day, every day. This is a lineup I think you could really still have fun and switch it up in the matchmaking and still be able to play your game the way you would if you were higher tier cards with only a small amount of compromises and stuff like speed and playmaking badges and all that. All right, thank you guys for watching. I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.